G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm of course Calflos, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Path of Champions in Legends of Runeterra, where we are going to be taking on Aurelion Sol in the Targon campaign of course, and we are going to be using LeBlanc for today's run. So yes, it's finally time to play LeBlanc, and I'm super excited for this one guys, because essentially I have been a huge proponent for LeBlanc, and I've always been saying how powerful she is, so this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Alright, so before we get into it, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, depending on where you are in the world. It's probably about to end or has already ended, or it's about to start or already has started. But either way, Merry Christmas to everyone. You guys have been great here on the channel. Really appreciate that support, and let's get into the video. Alright, so in terms of the LeBlanc here, we are going with a level 25 and 2 star LeBlanc. So in terms of the star powers real quick, we have everywhere, everyone, +1 starring mana if you've leveled a champion this game. When allies attack, summon an attacking ephemeral LeBlanc. Deceptively deadly, round start, create a fleeting sharpen resolve in hand. It costs 1 less. Alright, so these two powers are really good with the LeBlanc, and especially if you have the LeBlanc at 3 stars, you get a Deceptively Deadly 2, whereby the fleeting Sharpen Resolve actually costs 0 instead of 1 less. At its current state, that Sharpen Resolve is I think only gonna cost 2, so compared to this is definitely better, but unfortunately I don't have this because I don't have enough fragments, as you can clearly see over here as well as down here. Now in terms of the champion level, I am going with a level 25 LeBlanc like I mentioned earlier. That means I do have access to Heroes Welcome, draw a champion. I am missing out on the 4-star Nexus Elf and the 3rd Rare Relic slot. However, I don't think we need the 3rd Rare Relic slot, because essentially the way we've set up the LeBlanc here should be more than sufficient to only have the common relic slot 3. Alright, so in terms of the relics itself, we are going with a Gale Force, a Troll King's Crown, and an Everfrost here. So LeBlanc is a really interesting one, because from what I found in my experience grinding, there's a lot of different builds that you can use on the LeBlanc. And you know, when I say different, it's not really a big difference. It's more like minor changes, minor subtle changes here and there, but they all work really well with the LeBlanc, because LeBlanc itself is a really strong champion. However, I am going to take a look at 2 of my favorite builds from all I've tried, and we are going to be taking a look at one of them today, obviously, because we can't cover both of them in the same video. So yeah, we are going to be using a Gale Force, TK Crown, as well as an Everfrost LeBlanc. So the idea here with this one is simple. Gale Force, Scout Round, and Recall Me. That way we get to get double attacks with the Scout. We are able to recall and then summon the LeBlanc again. I know some of you at this point will be thinking this seems like a terrible pick, because LeBlanc needs to see us deal 15 plus damage. That means she benefits from being on the board. Well, the thing with this build here is that it actually works somehow, mainly because we are going to be bringing on LeBlanc on turn 3 or mana 3 essentially. So that means we have an extra round to actually get another unit on the board. So with that in mind, we could actually make this work. It depends on making sure that unit survives, though I think it might be easy to do, quite simply because we are able to supplement that with an Everfrost here when I'm summoned stun the strongest enemy. So this also works because essentially every scout means a recall, every recall means another summon, and every other summon means we get to Everfrost and stun the strongest enemy. And this also actually ties in really well to the star power 2 here, because we get to summon an attacking ephemeral LeBlanc. So this summon will also contribute towards this particular Everfrost stun here. That means we are able to stun multiple enemies in every round, which I think is amazing. Alright, and the Troll King's Crown, Allies of Overwhelm, is nice because essentially a lot of the units are going to have a high attack stat, which means we can take advantage of the Overwhelm. So this essentially functions as a permanent Overwhelm as well, because essentially we're going to summon and resummon the LeBlanc every time, so it could be really beneficial to do so. Now, I have said that there are a couple of builds. I'm just going to quickly touch on them real quick, but we will explore only 1 or 2 of them in the next coming days. So the other build that I would propose to you if we have the extra rare relic slot is to go with a Curator's Gatebreaker here, because essentially we can level up the LeBlanc on the same turn if we add the Curator's Gatebreaker, so it would be kind of crazy, and I think that is the build that we are going to try. Another build that we can also attempt is a Guardian's Orb build, so it could be worth to swap out either one of these 2 for a Guardian's Orb. And the final one that I would suggest is to go with a Lost Chapter. So Lost Chapter is probably going to be more of a spell-based build, mainly for those of you who do not have the 3rd star on the LeBlanc, because you must remember we are only able to play that Sharpen Resolve at 2 mana. So Lost Chapter will essentially function somewhat similarly to an Archangel Staff. Instead of round start refill your spell mana, every summon you get to refill your spell mana, so it will be beneficial to keep summoning LeBlanc every turn. So in other words, basically you can get infinite spell mana. It works something like a sorcery power that we can potentially pick up in the Path of Champions. However, I am going to be going with an Everfrost here like I mentioned, because I think stun is much beneficial, and I think it would be more preferred if you have 3 stars on the LeBlanc. Alright, so we are going to head back out and we are going to see how well this this build does. I think it should do well. I have had a successful run, I should add, as you can see here. So yeah, we're gonna see if we are able to replicate it. Okay, so we are all loaded in. So first things first, let's see what the Aurelion Sol is running. He has a Unyielding Determination. Okay, that could be slightly challenging, but I think we might be able to work with it. I hope so. So yeah, the problem with Unyielding essentially is that you know, LeBlanc needs to end the battle quickly. So the longer you drag out the battle, it could be a little bit frightening. In this instance, I would have preferred if I had gone with a Gatebreaker, but I think it should be okay. So in terms of the Lulu here, she has a Power Overwhelming. The Ezreal has a level up here. And the Caitlyn here is Unyielding as well. Okay, so this will be our first test to see how well we do. Right, so let's head into the power node here. We get duplicate copy the first card you play each turn. I'm going with this. This is definitely the best pickup so far because essentially we get to get double LeBlancs and mainly we get to recall 2 LeBlancs. We also get 2 scout units, right? So that's definitely much better in my opinion. Alright, so we're gonna head to the Caitlyn here. I think this duplicate should be able to balance things out a little bit. So everything evens out.
I'm on the case.
Alright, so this is a decent starting hand. We're gonna keep this because essentially we have a lot of cheap units to play and we have LeBlanc on turn 1 as well, which we will play next turn. So I think we're gonna keep this. Alright, we're gonna drop the Legion Saboteur here.
No one's the wiser.
We'll even drop the Thrashing Snapper, why not? Alright, so this is where Gale Force LeBlanc really excels here. So we're just gonna drop the LeBlanc. We will give up the stun, but I think it should be okay.
Places to go. People to be.
The sea tells me all I need.
Alright, I'm just gonna quickly work out the math for you guys here real quick. So assuming we didn't pick up the duplicate, right? We attack with LeBlanc one time. That's gonna be 5 damage, right? And if we attack with, say, maybe the Legion Saboteur and the LeBlanc on the second time, that's gonna be 7 damage. So that's gonna be a total of 12. Yes, it's not enough to level up, but the aim is not to level up LeBlanc on the same turn that you summon her. You're probably gonna want to level her up on the next turn or something. But the main reason why we went to Gale Force, like I said, is so that we could get the Scout. That's gonna be really important here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna trigger the Scout damage here. Since we have the duplicate, it makes things easier for us, but it should still be fine without. Let's attack like so. And we attack again, we should get the win. Actually, let's track this guy here. I forgot we have the Unyielding. It might be worth to attack with LeBlanc first. Essentially, because this is 10 damage. We want to maximize the amount of damage we get onto the Nexus here.
Behind you. The black rose blooms once more.
Right, I misplayed that a little bit because if I ordered the what is that, the Thrashing Snapper here next to that first LeBlanc, I think we've gotten more damage that way. But it's fine, we should still be in control. We're gonna end the round. So we're not focusing on Sharpen Resolve in this build, if you notice. We're just trying to play aggro here and just basically get the win real quick. Alright, I think we're gonna play Arachnoid Sentry here and not the LeBlanc. Because essentially Caitlyn's the only unit and I just want to stun this Caitlyn. I don't want to generate too many LeBlancs as well. Could be kinda, you know, detrimental to fill up the hand too much. Alright, so we're gonna end the round here. Okay, I think we're gonna be a little bit adventurous. Let's pass the turn first. Oh, crap. My apologies. So what I wanted to do, and it was terrible for me because we basically had the control. I wanted to wait for a second unit be summoned. We played a LeBlanc, we stun both of them, and we get the attack. But unfortunately, we drag out the battle longer. It's my fault, but it's fine. We are gonna play the LeBlanc now.
I hate having to put my face on.
Alright, so as you can see, Everfrost was stunned to enemies. That's why I wanted to wait for a second unit to be summoned. But unfortunately not, which is fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and I think... Let's go Sharpen Resolve first. On randomly one of these LBs, it's fine. We'll play Bloody Business, we'll kill this Caitlyn here, and we'll use this Sigil of Malice and kill the Caitlyn as well. Beautiful.
Peacemaker protocol. Damn it.
Entering crime scene.
Alright, freeze up our hand a little bit first, which is great. But we should have to win next turn. We're not gonna play, you know, try to be too smart like I did earlier. We're just gonna immediately summon LeBlanc and attack. No more messing around. Alright, LeBlanc on.
Places to go. People to hot on the trail.
Caitlyn. I think it's fine, we're still gonna attack.
See me. One step closer.
Right, so obviously as you can see, that's our game plan here essentially. So that's why that duplicate is not only a really good pickup, but even if we didn't get it, it should still be fine because that's going to be 2 stuns courtesy of that ephemeral. Alright, so we have a Ricochet and a Reaver's Roll here. None of these are that great if I'm going to be honest with you. I think we are just probably going to go with the Reputation here since we should be able to trigger it consistently. Dealing 5 damage, deal 1 to a random enemy or enemy Nexus 5 times could be nice as well. Alright, so we're going to pick that up. Now let's head to the support champion here. I see a Karma. Ideally I like to go towards her, but it depends on what we get in the next node. We have a Lucian, an Aatrox, and a Ziggs here. Lucian looks the greatest, we're gonna pick him up. Right, we have a Grand Plaza, a healer, and a champion item chest. How conveniently behind the Karma, so we are gonna take her on.
Always trust you.
Alright, we don't get a LeBlanc here. I think we're gonna reroll everything. Actually, we'll keep this Arachnoid Sentry because essentially we might need the stun in case we don't get the LeBlanc, but I'm pretty confident of drawing her. We get both Lucians, which is beautiful. That means we are guaranteed a LB. Alright, so this battle I'm confident to pass because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Karma coming on as well as a couple other cards, so we're gonna pass the turn.
Lies within. Ionia speaks through me.
I'm gonna pass again. I knew that's gonna be another unit, which is beautiful. And now we'll bring on the LeBlanc.
I hate having to put my face on.
Many past lives in a single soul.
We read that one very well. Alright, so we're gonna attack with the Scout first. We can of course play Sharpen Resolve since we have the mana, so we're just gonna give it to randomly any one of these LeBlancs. We practically won here, but I'm just gonna bring on the Lucian just for fun. Beautiful.
What a treat. I am everywhere. I am everyone. One step closer.
You know what I just realized, guys? This is actually lore accurate LeBlanc, because as we all know, LeBlanc and the clones and whatnot, this is actually really lore accurate here. Alright, so I think we're gonna go with a Fleet Feather Tracker. It looks like a cheap unit and probably the best out of the set. And we're gonna head to the champion item chest here. We have an Ashe coming up, so I think it should still be fine. Even though the Ashe has Frostbite, we should be able to recall the LeBlanc and whatnot. We're just gonna go, I think, with Bonded Bucklers here because it could be decent on the LB. That way we could support as well as get a +1/+1. Fury is great, but I think Bonded Bucklers could be better in my opinion. Give my support ally +1/+1 and my keywords this round. Yeah, I think we'll just go for it. It's cool. Alright, so let's head to the Ashe here.
I'll lead.
Alright, so we get Ricochet, Thrashing Snapper, Legion Drummer, and Fleet Feather Tracker. We're gonna get rid of Ricochet for sure. I think we'll even keep the, we'll probably get rid of Fleet Feather Tracker. We'll keep everything else. Oh, we got a Lucian draw, okay. Could be a little bit interesting now if we can't get the LeBlanc, but I think it should still be fine. We're just gonna drop the Lucian here.
Push back the darkness.
Alright, that's duplicate Lucian. That means we get to summon 4 Lucians courtesy of the Shadow Totem. That's kinda wild. Alright, so we're gonna attack like so. Right, I think what we're gonna do here is we're probably gonna drop the Senna, I guess. No, the Ephemeral. Yeah, I think we can level up the Lucian immediately. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll go Senna.
They're as good as dead.
Ephemeral Senna is great.
Angry.
You pay for this! I'll sleep when they're dead.
Still don't get the LeBlanc, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Frostbite or something, so... Well, even if there is a Frostbite, we should just attack right now, right? Or actually, can we...
Bring in the heat.
I can tell you what, we can attack right now. I think I have an idea.
Stay dead.
I'm sorry guys, I forgot that we summoned an attacking LeBlanc as well. I was thinking of essentially attacking with the Lucians, and if one of the unit blocks, you know, that Omen Hawk there blocks one of the Lucians, we play Sharpen Resolve on the free Lucian, and that way we could get more damage onto the Nexus. We have excess mana, we can play Blitz Edge straight to the Nexus and get the win, but yeah, I forgot that we had the attacking Ephemeral LeBlanc as well. Alright, so that's pretty cool. We are just gonna go with a Might here because it might be the most suitable. And we're gonna quickly head on to the Ezreal. We should be fine here. Gold chest will take the gold. We'll just head to the shop here and grab a power, of course. We get a Bouncing Blade. Fleeting Blade is fine. We're gonna pick that up. And I don't think we necessarily need any cards. Let's take on the Ezreal. Alright, so we are gonna re-roll everything here. We don't need any of these cards. We definitely want a champion or potentially a LeBlanc. That would be the best case scenario. And we get both Lucians again.
The lesson begins.
Master Yi. Attack, I immediately strike the weakest enemy. Round start, reduce the cost of your spell in hand by 1, and flow, grant all allied Master Yis everywhere. +2 and a +0. Okay, tell you what, we're gonna use the House Spider as a sacrificial unit here. Yep, we're gonna put this 1/1 here. Okay, I'm gonna bank this Ezreal's gonna come on, so I'm gonna pass the turn.
I thought you'd never ask.
Played that one well, read that one well. We are gonna go LeBlanc.
The best lies are beautiful.
Right, we attack like so. Get 11 damage, and this should be enough to level her up.
Broken mirrors.
But we still get the win.
I am everywhere. I am everyone. One step closer.
Okay, we get a player starter free attack is kinda decent on the LeBlanc in all honesty, because with the stun here, it could be worth it, and especially if we don't get a rally, we can get, you know, double attacks on every single turn. Alright, I think we're gonna go for that. It seems like a really great pickup here. Right, let's head into Power Node and see what we get. We get allies have overwhelm cards with draw cost 1 less, summon 2 armed gearhead. I think we can do better than this, so we're gonna reroll. Nature's Revenge, fleeting copy, new student here, let's reroll again. Frozen Troll, Empress Die, Haunting Tomb. I think we can afford another reroll. When you summon ally, granted keywords to all allies. Okay, I think we'll pick this up. It's not the greatest because essentially we don't really need to give Scout to everyone. It could be useful though, don't get me wrong. Especially we could get a Lucian early on. So I think we're just gonna go with it. It seems fine. Not the best, but it seems okay. Alright, we have a Poppy here as well as a Tom Kench. This is a item chest, a spells chest, and a gold chest. I think we're gonna head to the item chest, so we are gonna take on the Poppy. Alright, so Fleet Feather Tracker, Drummer, Might, as well as Thrashing Snapper. We're gonna get rid of all of these, actually. I want to see if we could hard roll for a Lucian and potentially a LB. And we do get a Lucian, beautiful. Right, I think this is what we're gonna do. I know Lucian here gets Ephemeral, right? But I think we should be able to bring on LeBlanc next turn. So that way we could grant Lucian the Scout, which is much more worth it. You know, double Lucian, double Scouts essentially. So yeah, I think we're just gonna drop the Lucian here. We'll give up the 2 Ephemerals, it's fine.
Push back the darkness.
We're also progressing Lucian's level up, so, you know, that's kind of decent. I think we're gonna pass the turn. I want to see if something comes on.
I have the tendency.
Beautiful. Evelyn is on. We bring on LeBlanc. We stun both of them, and we get a free attack.
Time to make an appearance. My move.
The Scout is already triggered, right? Just to double check. Hold on. Let me just double check. 1 second.
What a treat.
Yeah, the Scout is definitely triggered already. Alright, so I wasn't paying attention there. Right, we're gonna attack like so. Because essentially we want the Lucian to get the buff to take advantage of the support here.
This is mercy.
I whisper truth into lies. Scream for me. I want more.
So shiny. It's Poppy! Poppy! I found the hero! Yeah? Where? What are you looking at me for?
See what's beneath while I see what's inside.
You know, I just realized Evelyn could be one of the scariest champions to have into the ASOL if it has to level up, because essentially she can, you know, get a lot of doubled stats because of the, the combination with the legendary climb here. So yeah, it's definitely great that we have a stun, which is awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and play that.
Places to go, people to be. Smoke and mirrors. It's time.
Put to rest.
Alright, so we get a back-to-back, a Fiora and a Legion Rearguard here. I don't really like any of these, to be honest. Fiora is good, don't get me wrong, but the problem with this is that, you know, having too many champions will decrease the chances of drawing LeBlanc here, which is the champion that we want. Legion Rearguard is a good attacking unit, but a terrible blocking unit because it can't block at all. Back-to-back give to allies +3/+3, kinda expensive. Hextech Fabricator is fine though, so I think we're just gonna pick this up. Not the greatest, but it is what it is. Alright, we are gonna head to the item chest here. And we get a 50% chance on the Blade's Edge, Blade Businessman, a Gem, Reckoner's Mark on Legion Saboteur. I think we're gonna go with the mana gem on Bloody Business. It's not that important ideally, but we are still gonna pick it up. Because we should be able to get a lot of, you know, we should be able to play all the champions essentially, because they're really cheap. Alright, so let's head to the Jhin here. Right, Lucian, 2 LeBlancs, and the Legion Drum. We are gonna keep this. This looks like a awesome start. We should be expecting a turn 2 win. Let's go with Lucian.
Push back the darkness.
I'll shoot the wings.
You know, I feel like this is a cheat code, you know, because essentially we are basically just wiping out the board really quickly with the turn 1 Lucian summon here.
Came a long way for a bullet.
Right, I think that's gonna deal 1 to this Lucian, yep. Which is fine though, because I predict another unit next turn. Can bring on LeBlanc, get the free attack, and essentially get the rally as well. Oh, not really rally, but the scout.
I can do this.
Time to make an appearance. Smoke and mirrors.
Oh my god.
I am everywhere. I am everyone.
This is how you get easy victory, guys, which I think is kind of crazy. Alright, so we're gonna go with a Sentinel of Light here on the Senna, I guess. Or do you want to go Sigil or Malice? We'll go Senna, it could be useful. Fearsome is kind of nice as well. So we're gonna head to the shop here, of course, and grab another power here. We are gonna want to go Vanguard Lookout is probably not my favorite. I don't think I'm gonna spend the reroll here, so I think we're just gonna ignore it. In terms of the cards, I don't really think I see anything I like, so we're just gonna ignore it as well. Let's head to the Empress Guard here or Item Chest. I think Item Chest is better, so we're gonna head towards the Swain.
Show them.
Alright, LB, Senna, Radiant Light, and Blade's Edge. I think we're gonna get rid of these two. We'll even get rid of Blade's Edge because we are getting a fleeting Blade's Edge every turn. So I think we're happy to start with this. If we can get Illusion here, that would be great. Unfortunately not, but it's fine. Because we can bring on a House Spider to block whatever unit's being summoned. Alright, we're gonna play LB here.
Time to make an appearance. Smoke and mirrors.
You know, I wish this duplicate LB would also get the free attack, you know, triggered here. It's kind of unfortunate that's, you know, the way the mechanic works. If it does trigger, it would have been great, but unfortunately that's not the case. It's fine though. I think we're just gonna attack with everything here. We should be okay.
My move. I whisper truth into lies.
Alright, we should be getting 3 stuns next turn. Doesn't matter what comes on. Swain's definitely not an option. But we should be getting 3 stuns this turn.
History forgets, but the Black Rose remembers. What a treat. Another rose for the garden.
Alright guys, that was great. We get a Lucian upgrade here. We're gonna go with that, it's fine. And one more thing I should add as well, right? I forgot to mention this at the start, is that, you know, even though I got a duplicate here, which is a legendary power, don't worry, because if you get a Shadow Totem, which is a rare, which is much easier to get, sorry, not Shadow Totem, a Stabilize, or yes, even a Shadow Totem works as well, the champion item on the LeBlanc, it will have the same function. The only difference is that we don't have an ephemeral LeBlanc. It's a regular, you know, valid LeBlanc here. In terms of the Shadow Totem or the Stabilize, the only difference is that it's an ephemeral, but it will still stun the enemy. So if you're trying to replicate this, it should be okay. Just wanted to get that out there. Alright, so let's go ahead and head into the next item chest here. We're gonna grab a Legion Saboteur, I think. And we're gonna head into the healer node. We're gonna cut a card because we don't need any health. I think we'll get rid of possibly the Ricochet here. I don't think we're gonna be spending this too much. We can't even get rid of the back-to-back if we want to. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of back-to-back. Alright, so let's head to the Lulu here.
Pleased to meet you.
Alright, Thrashing Snapper, Arachnoid Sentry, Bloody Business, House Spider. We're gonna get rid of all of these. Actually, we should have kept the House Spider, but it's alright. We have the Farsight here, we should be guaranteed to draw it. The most important thing is we get the LBs. You know what would make this perfect? A Mana Gem. That way we could bring the LeBlanc on turn 1. That would be kind of crazy. Alright, so we're gonna go House Spider here. Great call to go House Spider as well. Lots of units here, but it should silence one of it. Yep. Alright, my guess is that Lulu's gonna come on, so we're gonna pass the turn. As expected. Let's go LB.
I like your petals.
Smoke and mirrors.
So we're just gonna attack with everything. Let's actually put one of these guys next to the LeBlanc, that way we get the support buff.
The black rose blooms once more.
You know how back then there was a meme about Branded aggro or something in, you know, PvP and whatnot? This is essentially PvE's version, you know, a POC's version of Branded aggro, guys. Just summon the LeBlanc, let it do all the work, and essentially just watch that Nexus damage keep going down and down and down. That's kinda crazy. Alright, we're gonna end the round here. Again, we're losing units, but it's fine because essentially all we need is this card here, which is, of course, OP, and we are gonna drop LB again. We should get the win.
The best lies are beautiful. Surprised to see me. Another rose for the garden.
Alright, so we get a Radiant Plate Armor, which is definitely not what I'm going for. Spell Shield and a Regeneration. Spell Shield could be important, especially heading into the Asol. A long Asol battle with Unyielding. There are potential Obliterates there, so I think we're gonna go with a Spell Shield just to prevent that. Alright, so let's head to the Power Node here. We have a Grid, we have a Game Plan, as well as the Afterlife Forbidden. This is the final Power Node, so I think we're just gonna reroll and see what we can get. We get Fast Steal, Duelist, and Empress Die. When you summon an ally, give it Challenger this round. Round start, draw one, give it Fleeting. I don't like any of these, but I think we are just gonna go with the Empress Die. I think could be useful. Or do we want to go with Duelist? I think we'll go with Duelist. Might be better. More stable that way. Because the Empress Die, essentially, if we go into the Asol there with a dragon or something, that Empress Die could essentially just feed that Fury, so it could be a little bit problematic later on. So yeah, thinking ahead, you know, couple steps ahead, hopefully. Alright, so we are gonna head to the Yasuo here.
My destiny.
Alright, so as usual, we're gonna reroll. Let's hope we can get a LB or a Lucian on turn 1, since we have the attack token. We don't get the Lucian, but it's fine. Oh, we do get the Lucian. And we don't draw the LB. Could be interesting. Right, we're gonna drop the Lucian first, since we have him.
There's a chill in the air.
We do draw her, which is great.
Push back the darkness.
Oh, that's a Lucian of its own as well. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack like so. Should still be fine though. It will bring on Yasuo next turn, but we have the LB to stun and get the attack here, which is great.
I go
Yep.
where the road
Yasuo on, LeBlanc on.
History forgets, but the black rose remembers. Surprised to see me.
Alright, so we're gonna attack with everything.
This is mercy.
Let's plop this Lucian here, and we should win.
The black rose blooms once more.
And stay dead.
Beautiful. We have a Thrashing Snapper as well as a Legion Saboteur here. I think we're gonna go with the Thrashing Snapper. We don't really need the nap. Could be a little bit scary to, you know, get too many cards and can't draw or can't play the LeBlanc. So I think we're just gonna go with the Thrashing Snapper here. It's a more safer option, even though we're probably not gonna play it. Let's head to the shop. We'll grab a power, of course. We get a Yips Genius, which is fine. We're gonna purchase that. In terms of cards, I don't really see anything I like, so we're just gonna ignore here. I saw a Droid Champion with a Might, but I don't think we need that. So let's head to the Azir.
Your loyal.
Alright, we do get the LB. We are gonna get rid of Senna and the Thrashing Snapper. We'll get rid of the other LB as well. Let's see if we could get a Lucian here. That would be great. That way we could start with him. Fortunately, we don't. I'm pretty sure that Azir's coming on. So I tell you what, we're gonna pass the turn first. Yep. Oh crap, this is 3 mana. I'm sorry, I thought this was 2 mana for some reason. I thought we'd stun it and then we could attack. Well, it's cool, it's cool. We're bound to make a couple of mistakes now, here and now and then. Alright, so let's go with the Legion Drummer.
The world awaits! Forward!
Shurima, see what I see. Carry it with you.
Right, we'll use this to block.
I am honored.
For the Empire!
Glorious sacrifice.
At the very least, we kill some units, so that could be great. We have a Z battle coming up next, I believe, I saw earlier, so could be interesting to see how that one goes. Hopefully, it's not a duplicate Z. If it is a duplicate Z, it could be a little bit problematic.
Emperor.
Alright, beautiful.
help me to
LeBlanc.
command the sands.
I bestow the desert's power to the faithful.
What a treat.
My name echoes through every rock.
Alright, we're gonna attack like so. We'll just put this guy here. That way she gets the buff, which could be more beneficial. We can even just kill this 3-5 if we want to. Oh, this is Challenger to LB. I think we're not gonna do that. It should be okay.
I am everywhere. I am everyone.
Right, LeBlanc on, and we should win.
Places to go, people to be. My move. It's time. Another rose for the garden.
We are gonna murder Asol. We are definitely gonna murder the dragon here. We have the House Spider as well as the For Glory and a Reckless Trifarian. I think we're just gonna go with a Reckless Trifarian. Again, like I said, Nab is not that great because we have a lot of cards at this point. So I don't think I want to fill up my hand too much. If I can avoid that, I will. So we're just gonna go with a Reckless Trifarian here, even though we're probably not gonna play it. Alright, let's hope this Z is not duplicate. It is Perfected Mana Flow, which is fine. Right, LB here. We're gonna get rid of House Spider, Radiant Strike, as well as Senna. We have the attack token start, which is beautiful, because the Z will come on next turn, and we can't avoid that, which is great. I tell you what, we're gonna go Thrashing Snapper because it is a free attack. Could be great, because we should be able to get some damage off before the Z comes on. Once the Z comes on, it might not be worth to do so. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Thrashing Snapper here.
Pledge yourself to the shadows.
Right, I'm gonna go deal 3 and just deal 3 to the Nexus.
Quietly.
Probably get rid of this 2-1. Probably should just get rid of the Z there. Yeah, I wasn't playing well because I forgot the Thrashing Snapper gets a +3/+0. Okay, it's cool. We should still get the LB and stun it. If something comes on, of course. Alright, cool.
Our blades speak far louder than words.
My move.
And we're gonna attack like so. We should get the win.
The black rose blooms once more. Another rose for the garden.
Alright guys, so looks like up next is gonna be Aurelion Sol. This is gonna be interesting, right? Because essentially that Aurelion Sol with the Unyielding could be a little bit of a challenge, but you know, initially at least. And now that we have the duplicate, it might be able to offset that a little bit because we will be dealing double damage for every unit summoned. So that's definitely kind of crazy. I think that's really good and helpful as well. So we're gonna take him on and see how we do.
Naturally.
Alright, gonna reroll here again. See, we get a Lucian on turn 1, that'll be ideal. No Lucian. Unfortunate. Oh, we do get Lucian, beautiful. I think we're gonna bring him on.
Don't get in my way.
The more damage we deal, the better, essentially. Because we just want to brute force the Nexus.
Wanna know about that one,
Burn away the shadows. Too damn. I failed.
Written in the stars.
Okay, I tell you what, we will sacrifice one Lucian.
Duck on my account.
This is definitely more than I expected. I think we'll finally play Sharpen Resolve here. That way we could have this Lucian survive and kill it in the process. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Oh, I forgot we get double of every... Ah, right. But it still didn't matter anyway. I don't think we have enough to kill this Kane here. He has Spell Shield, you must remember. So, at the very least, we get rid of this Moondreamer here, which is fine. Alright, tell you what, we are gonna go ahead and drop another unit in the process. Let's just commit this first.
So many stars.
You definitely want to free up the hand a little bit. We are having too many units right now. We are gonna drop, I guess, the Legion Saboteur.
Explosives primed.
We just lost one LeBlanc, by the way, if you guys caught that earlier.
No quarter!
We're gonna drop her here.
How many innocent lives has Noxus claimed?
How many have died for Demacia? For you?
No unit summoned, okay. I think we're gonna go Fleet Feather Tracker. Just to free up the hand a little bit. We definitely need to free up the hand. Or you know what? We can go the Thrashing Snapper. It's a free attack. We could potentially get LeBlanc to level up. Which could be great. We're gonna go for it. Okay, it obliterates that. So that's a good thing we have the Spell Shield there. That essentially prevents that. And we're gonna attack like so. We've already triggered a scout, right? Just to double confirm. Yeah, we've already triggered a scout. Alright, so we're gonna attack like so.
The black rose blooms once more.
We have Spell Shield, we're protected. Probably just gonna sacrifice one random unit. Yeah, I think we can sacrifice this LeBlanc. We should be recalling this fellow, and we should get another LeBlanc. So we don't definitely need, you know, too many LeBlancs on our hand. So I think I'm happy to sacrifice this. It's fine.
Looking grim. I'll sleep when they're dead.
Alright, we're gonna pass the turn.
To the flag!
The skies darken with their approach.
Alright, now if we play this right, we will get a lot of attacks here. So I think we're gonna try to, you know, strategize this correctly. Let's drop the LB first. That will stun these 3 units, and we should get an attack off. 1 unit will die, Lucian will rally, we get to attack again. And potentially we can chain infinite relics, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can make this work. Let's go LeBlanc here.
You. Who are you with?
Why spoil the surprise?
We're protected. We have the Spell Shield. We're just gonna let that resolve. I think it should be fine. Or do we want to play Bloody Business here? Do we want to play Bloody Business here? That's the thing. Yeah, I think we'll play it. It's cool. Alright, we have the rally, which is beautiful. Alright, so we're gonna attack like so. Do we get the win here? Ah, we do get the win here. Beautiful.
This is mercy.
Behind ya.
It's time. It was inevitable.
Alright guys, and as you can see, that is the run with LeBlanc against Aurelion Sol done. So I think this further reinforces my belief that LeBlanc is possibly the strongest champion added in the World Ender expansion. I know Aatrox is really good. In fact, we've done a lot of Aatrox runs on the channel, and he is definitely, you know, probably one of the best out of the set. But I think for me personally, as you can see here, LeBlanc takes the cake. LeBlanc definitely jumps up to an S tier. First of all, she's cheap, she's really aggressive, she deals a hell of a lot of damage. Yes, I know I got the duplicate here, but even even if you don't get the duplicate, it should still be fine. Or if you're lucky enough to even get something like a rare, like I mentioned, like the Stabilize, or potentially a Shadow Totem on the LeBlanc, that will function just as well and practically just the same. So she is definitely one of the best champions in my opinion. So I think we also definitely got a little bit of a helping hand in the form of the Lucian here. But again, like I said, LeBlanc is just too damn strong. I feel like she's probably more broken than Aatrox, at least in my opinion. Not that I'm complaining though, it's a really good champion. Highly recommended for those of you who are new, looking for a Noxus champion, unsure between Annie and Darius, you want something cheap but at the same time powerful, LeBlanc is definitely your pick. LeBlanc is definitely your gal. Alright, so I think with that being said, we are going to end the video here because we are running out of time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this LeBlanc run here on the channel, and if you did, consider leaving a like as well as subscribing. I really do appreciate that support, but most importantly, it's so that you don't miss future episodes or uploads of Legends of Runeterra or BF Champions content just like this one. And with that being said, this is Kaflo signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me on this Christmas as well. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Happy holidays too. Goodbye.